Okay, what you're seeing in the photograph are some birds. They call them, in French, they're called poulet. All right. You can see the sign there. Put a sign there. It's from a woman's restaurant. You can see she's mentioning different kinds of foods that are available, and I've circled the word poulet, and I've also circled, of course, the image of the dressed bird, just to get you an idea. So what I'm talking about here, we're trying to link industry, all right, we're talking about farm business industry with the farm business market, where the products from industry are utilized. So you see the photograph of the birds, okay, that I've also inserted in the slide there, and those are birds I actually came across when I was in an area called Senterita, okay, and I was just approaching the premises of a particular business I wanted to discuss with when I saw the birds. They were on sale. There was a young man seated there, and I was curious because I had encountered another lady selling a batch of birds like that, and I knew they were not, it was very unlikely that they were reared within Cotonou, because Cotonou is not a place where you have that kind of activity going on, to the best of my knowledge, and I've not found anybody to contradict that opinion. So after I finished with the people I wanted to speak with, it was a company that was into some medical stuff on trado medical practice. I then went to the young man and asked him some questions about the birds and where they were raised, and he told me it was his elder brother that was involved in raising the birds. And I didn't bother to do a video. There was nothing to see. The birds were just eating in that confined space. There wasn't much movement at all. That's why I didn't bother with the video. But what I do plan is to go to the actual farm and do a video. That will be later on. I just want to share with you some aspects of the discussion I had with the young gentleman who was the one that produced those birds, that reared those birds. Those are actually broilers. Okay, so I asked him how they were, where they were raised, and he told me they were on the outskirts. He said he had been to the farm, but he did not know the details. The young guy, I think I'll put his age around maybe in his late teens, 17, 18, thereabouts. His older brother was the one that was doing it. So I actually had to then get the phone number of the older brother, and I had to call him up or try to reach him on WhatsApp. He wasn't obviously online. So what we agreed then was that the young man would just point me in the direction. It was just about less than 100-meter walk from the main pavement on the road where he had the birds displayed, to where the house belonging to the older brother was. So I took a stroll down just to have a chat with him. I was very curious. I was looking at what the birds were being fed. They were being fed what you consider the normal feed for poultry, and I was curious about whether or not the guys over here have changed in the level of knowledge they have about alternatives to conventional feeding, given the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, I wanted to know the farmers in Francophone West Africa, especially a place like Cotonou that I'm involved in. I wanted to know whether or not they'd been in contact with them. So concerning, for example, black fly, breeding. So when I got to him, after a few minutes, and I introduced myself to the people who were at the entrance, they called him out, and then he invited me into his sitting room. And while we were talking, his kids were playing around, and we had a very interesting conversation that lasted about 20 minutes. Okay, and of course, these are people all of them do not speak English, so I was always speaking in French. And remember, I told you, my French is not perfect, very far from perfect, but it's very functional, and I make myself understood. And he commented on that. He said he was impressed by my command of the language, and that really helped, because it encouraged him that he could also learn English to be at that level. All right, so we began to talk, and I asked him questions about black fly. He had never heard of it. Went further in my discussion with him. I found out that he had actually been researching to look for ways to cut down costs and improve his business, what we call améliorer, to improve. And sadly, as he noted, he said there was very little material on the web that was produced for French-speaking audiences. And I actually agree with that. I have actually consistently noticed, for farm business in particular, there's very little available. The industry is growing by virtue of the contributions of mainly English-speaking people. Not because the French-speaking people are lazy. I just think they are not as organized online as the English-speaking audiences or English-speaking practitioners. So for me, that's kind of a gap that needs to be filled. And I believe that I can fill that gap. That's one of the things that's been driving me. I've had people that have seen my software here in Cotonou who have told me that if I could convert those software, the interface to be French-friendly, that I would get some business owners here who are farmers who want to buy the product. But I've not been keen on that. I want to connect with the farmers first on the farm level before I begin to even think that my solutions will be suitable to them. I think the way the French operate is a bit different from us. So I'm not very keen to just go with this product like that. I would like to see how I can modify the product to make it more compelling, more attractive to them. So this was what I have in mind, when I engage with this guy. And so our discussion went quite well. Eventually he told me, well, he would love to get to know more about the BSF and all that, and that he really would also want to know how I could help. What was it I was offering? He was very particular about it. He wanted to know, what exactly do you want in exchange for what you're doing? I said, first of all, let's be clear. I'm talking to you about black soldier fly because I know that I can point it out to you. You will go to your farm, you probably find it there. It's probably endemic, like some other farmers have discovered. I said, so first of all, you don't even have to engage me to do anything. He said that he knew that, but he said he was looking for more, and it was clear that I could give more. I said, yes, I can give more, and I can still tell you it won't cost you much money, if I thought it would cost you any money, because I've come up with a formula that allows you to do a barter exchange with me, so long as you cover some basic conditions, meet some basic terms and conditions. So he looked at the flyer for the service I'm offering to the PDGs in PDG, that is the CEOs in Francophone Africa, and he read through it and then said, okay, this is interesting. He said, we can even pay you with products like our birds. And I said, yes, exactly, that's my point. So that was how the discussion went, and ultimately we agreed that he would then decide if and when he was ready to have me come on board to help him out with what I was talking about, BSF. But I told him that even if he did not want to come on board, that I would send him some details about black soldier fly that I could find in French, if I could find anything. But guess what came to my mind? It occurred to me that beyond talking to this gentleman, I had met with somebody else who's an expert, who is a language professional, who has been working with French-speaking people to teach them how to speak English. And I told the gentleman yesterday, in the message I sent to him after I had spoken with the farmer, I sent a WhatsApp voice note to the language specialist. I said, this may be an opportunity for you. Why don't you consider creating a service or a solution that will enable you to take material that is meant for the consumption of farmers, but which is available only in English, and creating French versions of it for your French-speaking audiences who want to learn English but do not have the time or the training to do that immediately, and their priorities right now are their farm businesses and how to grow them. So you use that to gain access, to get your foot in the door with these farmers. All right, give them a solution in a language they already understand. Help them to convert the videos and the text and all those things on how to breed black soldier fly from English to French. Then offer them the opportunity to learn from you how to speak English over time. Give them a packet that allows them to sign up on a tentative basis, maybe like kind of a discount, and then maybe give them a 1 month opportunity to try your services where they can learn to speak English, and then from there you could take it up and build a relationship and get some of them to go on the full program with you and pay the full fee. At least they will feel like they got something from you. That will inspire them more to connect with you. So I sent this voice note to this gentleman, and I decided to share what I did with all of you on YouTube, because I don't know who else is listening to this. If you are in Francophone West Africa and you are somebody that is knowledgeable enough to understand what I'm saying, you're familiar enough with the language to understand what I'm saying in English here right now, this is an opportunity for you. There are a lot of people in West Africa, Francophone West Africa, who do not understand English, but they need a lot of the solutions that are available in English language already on the internet. If you could provide a service where you help them convert the material in English into French, believe me, they'll be jumping at you and they'll be paying through their noses to get it from you, because many of them need these solutions, but they do not know how to get it in the language they understand. So you can be the one that fills that gap, and you make a world of difference, and you could actually make profits in the process of doing so. If you need help making use of the ideas I just shared in this particular recording, please get across to me, because believe me, I intend to actually start that today. I'm actually headed out today to the place where this gentleman's farm is, because I'm told that there are other farmers there, and I want to connect with those farmers to find out more about what they're experiencing and what they need. And if I can create a solution in which they're able to get what they need in the language they understand, in their preferred language, that will be a step to getting myself known by them, and also engaged on a formal basis to do things for them. That's just the way you connect with people. Solve a problem for them. You solve a problem for them, they're going to want to connect with you. It's as simple as that. Once they see that the solution you have is something that's going to be useful for them, they'll be ready to work with you. So find a solution that you can deliver to people. Make it obvious that you have an answer that actually works, and people will connect with you and they will pay you money to get what it is you offer. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, ma. Bonsoir. Je cherche pour lui qui vend les poulets. Ah, c'est la tête. Cette maison. Ok. Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir. On m'a dit qu'il y a quelqu'un ici qui vend des poulets. Il est dedans. Il faut l'appeler pour moi. Tu dis quoi? Ok. Merci. Ok. Bonjour madame. Bonsoir. Il m'a dit de rentrer. Je voulais voir lui qui vend le poulet.
Papa. Papa. Voilà.
Merci madame. Il vient? Il vient. Oh, merci. Quel est le nom de ton chien? Son nom? Il s'appelle quoi? Bonjour monsieur. Okay. J'ai rencontré ton petit frère. Je demande, est-ce que j'ai quelque chose que je voulais te dire pour t'aider dans le travail que tu fais? Et je ne vends pas. C'est juste c'est une suggestion. Parce que c'est une suggestion. Parce que j'ai les clients, ils ont les fermes aussi. Ils élèvent le coût de. Et ce qu'ils font aujourd'hui, le coût diminuer le coût. Et je vois que tu utilises des choses normales. Et mais tu peux ajouter cette solution. Ça va aller. Merci. Bien comme ça. Les gens qui ont les fermes et les clients comme ça. Dans l'Afrique aujourd'hui, les gens utilisent ce qu'on appelle BSF. Est-ce que tu as entendu? BSF. En anglais, c'est BSF. En français, c'est BSF. Tu comprends?
C'est B ou bien B?
C'est B.
B. Ah, ok, B.
Maintenant, ça en anglais, c'est Black Soldier Fly.
Black Soldier
Fly. Tu connais ce qu'on appelle fly, non?
Fly, voler.
Oui. Et comme les petits mouches. Mais maintenant, c'est grand plus que ça. Les gens élèvent ça aujourd'hui.
Tu dis big?
Non, Black Soldier Fly.
Et soldier noir.
Soldier comme soldier le policier. Non, soldier en uniforme. On est appelé
Black
ça.
Soldier.
Oui, Black Soldier Fly. Black, noir.
Oui, je sais. Oui.
So, c'est noir en couleur. C'est un peu grand. C'est pas petit comme les autres. C'est trop grand. Mais ça ne peut pas voler. Comment dire ça? On va pas voler beaucoup. Mais ce qu'on fait, c'est on élève ça. Mais on n'élève pas pour transformer pour devenir fly. On élève pour avoir ce qu'on appelle le bébé. Qui fait comme ça. C'est ça les poulets mangent.
Ok, on élève ça.
On élève ça pour
donner au
poulet. On élève ça pour donner au cochon. Appelle poisson. En Tanzanie, Kenya, Malawi et Nigeria aujourd'hui. Ça c'est très intéressant parce que au Ghana, c'est une société de Paris qui est venue pour s'installer là pour faire les mêmes choses. Ils ont venu de France. C'est que je vais demander pourquoi ici, il semble que les gens n'ont entendu de ça. Et aussi, est-ce que vous voulez commencer ça? Parce que c'est très facile. Et peut-être, c'est possible, c'est déjà done.
Non,
La terre que tu utilises.
élever ça à quel but? Seulement pour leur donner ça là seulement.
Tu vois, il y a beaucoup de ce qui m'a te donner. Un, quand tu élèves ça, qu'est-ce qu'il va manger? Il va manger ce que le poulet déposé. Ça, c'est le. Qu'est-ce qu'on appelle ça en français?
Les fiances.
Quand tu prends ça, tu donnes à eux, ils vont manger ça. Il va devenir gros. Avant de transformer, tu les prends, tu donnes au poulet encore. Tu vois. Deuxième chose, quand ils mangent comme ça, tu peux donner aussi les fruits qu'ils ont gâtés. À ramasser ça, tu donnes. Quand tu donnes ça, et après avoir mangé ça, c'est qu'ils laissent devant, derrière. Tu faut utiliser ça comme MPK. C'est ça. Tu utilises ça aussi. Ça, c'est la deuxième chose. Troisième chose, il y a les. Je ne sais pas. Tout ce que. Quand tu as le mousse comme ça, quand il sort, il va rester pupé. Il y a quelque chose, ce qu'on appelle pupa en anglais. Il va dormir là pour une semaine ou 2 semaines sans bouger. Et après, il va sortir. Ce qui va laisser derrière, on ramasse ça aussi. Il y a beaucoup de protéines dedans. On utilise ça pour préparer la nourriture. Et il y a de l'huile, comme l'huile organique aussi. Il y a les choses. Et les gens vendent ça aussi. Au Nigeria, il y a des gens qui vendent les œufs. Oui, on vend c'est quelque chose comme ça. On vend ça aussi. Je pense que 10 grammes, je pense que c'est 10 minéraux ou quelque chose comme ça. Maintenant, ça veut dire que tu peux utiliser les choses pour donner comme nourriture. Et tu peux aussi vendre à les autres. Et pour commencer ça, c'est pour aller chercher dans ta femme. Bon, peut-être c'est déjà là. J'ai un client.